Well, welcome to Import X. Well, it's summer and here we are at the Primo cruising spot, Mission Bay in Auckland.
It's going to be a pretty cool show tonight. We've got a couple of Pro Import guys to take out the cobwebs from a test and tune day down at Champion Dragway.
And Project Initial X with Gadget and the team is almost there. The V8 gets a new computer and we're going to see if it's got a bit of power as we test it on the dyno.
Fingers crossed. Plus we take it to Tech Talk time with Turbo 777. There you go. Plus we school you up on how to get boosted.
And plus, thanks to Biz TV and Fast Fours Magazine, we bring you some my rides, some of the hot stuff that happened over the ditch, I should say, at Fast Fours Jamboree 05.
That'll be pretty interesting to see what our neighbours are up to. Speaking of interesting, that photo of you on the forum, man. Ooh.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, so if you want to get involved, hop on the forum, importx.co.nz, click away and join us and stick around for a half hour of hardcore Kiwi carport right here
on Import X.
On a recent Saturday, Champion Dragway opened up for a test and tune, allowing cars of all calibre to test and tune. But we were here to see this car. You might not recognise it because it used to look like this. Mag and Turbo Warehouse teamed up with Glenn Suckling in an effort to take his R32 GTR drag car to new heights. With a new paint scheme and some new gear on the Godzilla, Glenn has high hopes for the upcoming season.
Glenn, you've been down here at Champion Dragway Meremere testing and tuning all day long. You've had a little bit of a hiccup and stuff. What's been going on?
Oh yeah, well it was to be expected. I've actually done a personal best today. Come on, give me a break. I've done an 8:43 at 165.
Which is great, which is awesome.
But what we've been trying to do is set this new gear lever up. Hopefully now we've just about got on top of that, but that's what the day's for.
Yep.
So if we can get that sorted in the next run, maybe we'll let it cool down and try and do a real good one at the end.
Other New Zealand Pro Import competitors were out testing as well.
We're here with Zoab, who's not long just got back from the Queensland Fast Fours Jamboree. How was it?
It was good. We came in a few problems. We changed a lot of stuff in the car and had problems launching and braking stuff. We broke 2 rear CVs. So what we decided to do was just sort of roll off the line, and the best time we managed it was a 9.0 at 165 mile an hour.
What was the track like in Aussie in comparison to Meremere here?
Like a whole step up. You couldn't walk on there, like rip your shoes off. We've made so many changes. We're finding it hard to see where we went wrong. We'd like to be around the 8.4, 8.3 area, but you know, that's towards the end of the season when we'll be looking at that.
Rod Harvey, New Zealand's current Pro Import record holder. You're not racing today?
Not today, Mark. We're doing a bit of work on the car and it's not quite ready yet.
Big season for you this year, you think?
Yeah, we've spent a lot of money this year. This season we're running on methanol, new engine, new turbo, big turbo. Hopefully, you know, like probably 300 more horsepower than what we had last year.
Now last year you ran what, an 823?
823, yeah.
And you were making how many horsepower then?
About 650 to 680 we figure on the finish line.
How much power is it making now then?
It's going to be making close, we hope, on between sort of 900 and 1,000, all going well.
We're here with Reese McGregor, but Reese hasn't been in the scene for a fair while. Why is that, Reese?
Basically, we've changed quite a few things on the car. We've gone to methanol, we've got a different setup on our wheels and tyres, a few different sort of suspension tweaks as well.
How much boost are you running in your engine?
Just over 30 pounds at the moment. We're just going to see how the car runs and then sort of slowly dial a bit more in if it all goes to plan.
Now, how fast has this car done?
The best run that we've done is 840 at, I think it was about 160 mile an hour. That was coming up nearly 2 years ago now, so it's a fair while ago.
Even on this testing day, you could feel the tension between each team, as fractions of a second at this level means you're either the fastest or you're not. As Bubba dozes off, let's go in car in Glen's Skyline. run from the outside. A blistering 8.4.
Not a bad run, you're pretty happy with that one?
Well, of course I am. It's a personal best.
Another personal best, so it's not a bad, I mean, average couple of runs within 2 PBs today.
Yeah, I'm very happy with that, for sure, definitely.
Over the next few episodes, we'll be showing you some action from the Fast Fours Magazine Jamboree, thanks to serious Biz TV. From show cars to drag cars, the Aussies love their rides. How about this guy in his Mitzi Magna adorned with skulls and speckled paint? Struth, even airbagged bikes. This chap in his Turbo RX2 will be coming over to Foreign Rotary Nationals 06 to give our Rotary guys a run for their money. Even this guy in the Stubbies is bringing his roaded Cortina for the Nats.
I have to be here for the experience.
A major event in the Australian import calendar.
Zohab and Andre competed at the Jambo. We'll catch up with them on another episode.
Initial X.
This time on Initial X, the V8 and our Trueno gets a new brain. The ECU of choice is none other than a Link Plus, a Kiwi-made computer. From the cabin through to the engine bay, the Link Plus will keep the 1UZ ticking along nicely. Link also supplied an ignition controller to give the 1UZ its firing orders.
Here we're just testing for the correct polarity of the cam angle and crank angle sensors to make sure we're not going to get any triggering errors and try to make it run too retarded and make sure she runs properly.
And no one likes driving a retarded car.
I'm just finishing off the last bit of the inlet manifold, just bolting it onto the bottom piece, bolting the top piece on the bottom piece. Plugging in the last bunch of wires.
And with one last wire left and nowhere to put it, Gadget eventually finds it at home.
Oh, that'll be for the flux capacitor sensor.
The oxygen sensor, previously thought to not be required, goes back onto the exhaust to keep the Link Plus happy.
We didn't know whether we wanted this, did we? But now we've been told to do.
Making some pikelets.
It's a nice recipe. It's actually a rear muffler for a Toyota Trueno.
Now to the throttle body. A bit of Loctite gasket seal between the intake manifold and the throttle body will ensure no vacuum leaks. With the throttle body on, the lads proceed fitting an aftermarket filter kit to help the V8 breathe. With the Trueno now ready to be started, our camera guy couldn't resist to do the honours. And it sounds mean. But the Link guy isn't convinced.
It's got some kind of problem, why it's not.
The dropping
It's not on all cylinders. It's not a computer thing though, it's just not a... It could be like a foul plug or something like that.
Just checking the temperature out of each exhaust, just to see if one is cooler, which would indicate that that cylinder is not firing. That one there's the lowest, that one there.
We think it's the number 8 cylinder, the back one down there. So yeah, I pull the lead off, it's quite wet. So maybe it's some moisture that's stopping it from running.
With that now working better, it's on the truck we go to be tuned up. And Kiwi RE was the place to do it. Tyre pressure is important, and so is fuel.
Benzene. So that we can dyno tune it, because I'm sure we'll use about 20 litres.
With the link guy at the helm, we can be sure the V8 will be running sweet.
I'm just getting it to run, get the mixtures right at idle, and do a bit of a bass tune first and get into it. At the moment the engine's hunting around because she's going into a big length spot, so we just want to try and get it to get out of that one. There we go. Nice and happy there now. This is our RPM going across this way, and this is engine load, reference off the vacuum, engine vacuum. So the higher the load, the further down the road we are, the higher the revs, the across we go. And that crosshairs, you can see a little green cell, that's where we currently are. Just then under a bit of high load, low RPM, the engine started misfiring, so might be a bit of a occurrence from our water that was left down the spark plug tubes. Better go through and check it out now.
The spark plugs are cake, so we need some new ones.
So it's out with the old and in with the new. We hope it's all good. Bass tune done, misfire gone. It's time to see how much power the V8 has. 231 horse at the wheels and no engine mods. Not bad. So we'll see you next time for more Gadget's Project Initial Drag.
My name is Ben Slaughter. I'm an employee of Quantum Racing Industries. We've got a dragster that we've actually put a 2JZ GTE out of a Super in. Currently looking to beat the English motor racing guys in the US to being the fastest import vehicle in a rail. Hopefully looking at below 6 second passes in it. It's a bit of a kick in the pants, so yeah, it should be good. Well, if you look here, we've got a Spearco liquid air intercooler. It's 2,500 horsepower. The two Godzilla turbonetics blow valves. A Graphics Skills Racing intake manifold. Full CNC intake runner, bell mouth on the inside, Wilson throttle body. Pretty trick manifold, probably spent about a year developing that. Also got MSD, HVC2 coils. Different kind of setup, so what everyone else is probably running with direct spark. From there you go into your clutch, which is a Crow triple plate, 8.5 inch clutch. Actually looking at making the same horsepower in the motor and tuning it through the clutch so that we can actually run more consistently with the engine, so you're actually getting more consistent data so we can improve from that. We've got a 3-speed Lanco after that, just onto a built 9-inch diff. It's got a low drag pinion support. 2 Turbonetic Super T72 ball bearing turbos, roughly 850 horsepower per turbo. Got a Darton sleeved 2JZ block. It's actually a factory block that we've just taken and sleeved. Using a Sunny Bryant crank. The GRP conrods are an alloy conrod. Probably not too many people in Australia are using them in an import sense. CP pistons, they're an X-forging, they're the latest state-of-the-art piston. We have absolutely no problems with throwing the 60 pound on those, like they'll handle it, no worries. Got a full CNC ported cylinder head. Move on, we've got Crow camshafts and springs and also retainers. AEM cam gears, they're probably not the prettiest things, but they're trying to alleviate the flex out of the front of the camshaft. Haven't driven it yet, so it's going to be interesting because I think it'll scare the poop out of me, to be honest, so it'll be pretty good. Yeah.
But 666 means devil, and I've just learned that 777 means God. Stick the word turbo in front of it and you end up with Turbo God. So we're here at Turbo 777 to talk to our mate Daniel to teach you a little bit more about how a turbo works and how to upgrade your car. So come on side and meet the Turbo God Daniel. How you going, brother? G'day, mate. How you doing? Very cool.
I've got an Evo 3 Mitsubishi Turbo. Right. Customer wants a little bit more horsepower, so on a budget, what we're doing is we're going to do a stage 1 upgrade. This is the exhaust well. As you can see, it's flat on the top. The tips are quite close together.
Right.
Here's one that's had a previous back cut. As you can see, we've got an angle going on this way and that way. What that's going to do is it will open up this distance between the blades.
What does that do?
What that does is it releases all your back pressure so that the gases will escape faster, and in doing that it won't slow the turbine down. The only problem with it is on spool up, it's a little bit longer to spool up.
Okay,
but
so
at the top end you want to get that power. So what we're going to do is clean up the burrs, right, file, and then we're away.
What's the biggest turbo you've ever seen?
The biggest one I've seen really is the one that was just done for Craig Dyson in Australia. So the Turbonetics Thumper. And that was about a 13-inch diameter compressor cover, which I could actually get my arm right up to my elbow.
Bloody hell.
And this bit here, yeah.
What's the difference between the ball bearing turbos and all that sort of stuff?
For example, this one's what we call a floating metal bearing. It just floats on the oil, and same as on the housing. There'll be a film of oil around here, which that floats inside the bearing housing. Ball bearing, of course, is like a ball bearing, like you get in your skateboard wheel. Anything that's got to do with friction is going to slow it down, of course. So with ball bearings, they've got less friction, so they're going to spool up quicker. Alright, what we're going to do now is balance it.
I can do that.
Okay. Oh, very good. That's about right, now we've done that. That was time consuming. So now we're going to put the new compressor wheel on. Now, hence the difference between the factory compressor wheel and the new upgrade.
That's a heap bigger, eh?
That's a lot bigger, yeah. But like I said, once again, all we're doing is, this is the side that produces all the airflow, so we get this bigger, we need more airflow.
Okay, so what's a standard turbo like this one put out?
About 280 horsepower max airflow. This is upgrading the back cut. This turbo should be allowed to flow 350. Alright, now I'm going to balance it. Lube. Let's put a big lump of weight on there so it'll fall off balance. Now I've got to just try and find the most sensitive speed. 1600 RPM. We're measuring the compressor weight. So you can see we're on 1 gram. We're going to get that right down.
You put blue tack in the turbocharger.
It's silly putty.
Okay.
We're going to go to the grinding beam. I'm going to take the weight off. As you see, we've put the weight here. We're going to take it off on the opposite side.
How much weight do you know how to take off? The same weight of the silly putty?
Same weight as the silly putty, yep.
It doesn't look like a lot.
It doesn't, it's not a lot.
Now we checked it again.
Checked it again.
And it's all in.
We cooked it up. And then we're going to pull it apart.
We just put it together.
Yeah, we can't put it together like this.
Look at that.
Once again, we'll put some more lube in here. Bearing spacer. Bit more lube. This is the thrust bearing that stops the turbo. The turbine wheel going up and down. When you blow a seal, this is what you blow. Everyone thinks it's like a rubber seal, but it's actually just a piston ring. Alright, turn upside down. Put bearing number 2 on.
Lots of lube.
Lots of lube. When that pops in there, pops your uncle. I've got to keep it, like I said, it's still all in line. Put the high flow compressor wheel on. Bit of Loctite. The rubber grease. Yeah, rubbing off some lube. This is factory, we haven't done anything to this except for sandblast. This is just an anti-seize compound. Yeah, but just in case we even need to take the separator again. Alright, on goes the turbo and bearing housing clamp, and there you go.
Voila, one stage one.
Stage 1, fully reconditioned turbo.
So that's how it came out, right? And now this whole thing pretty much fits in there. That's pretty insane. Talk to me about ceramic turbos.
The main advantage is the weight difference.
Right.
If you want to feel for yourself. It's a bigger turbo, but yet it weighs a quarter of the weight. The only problem with ceramic, it shatters once you start running a higher boost. The fusion from the ceramic to the shaft will fall off and your turbo and wheel will end up going out your exhaust pipe, and then you've got no turbo. Like we do like to recommend most of our customers change it all every 5,000 Ks rather than 10,000 Ks. Do splash out, buy some synthetic oil. The main reason for the turbo timer or to let your car idle before shutdown is we've got your oil going into the bearing housing here, and of course it circulates the bearing housing and circulates all the bearings. What you got to keep in mind, this thing's hot. Alright, so as soon as the car's shut off, the engine shut off, there's no more oil flow going to it, so the oil that's inside the turbo will just sit there and it will end up baking, which is the carbon. And then carbon does the opposite of oil. Instead of lubricating, it starts to grind away.
Thank you again so much for letting us in today.
No problem.
And that's it. That's our turbo thing today from Turbo 777. Very cool. There you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed the show tonight.
Now, we know the summer sun's going to get you all hot and bothered, but keep the racing off the street and on your nearest track. We want to see you alive next time.
Plus, if you've got a video from your local scene, don't forget to send us an email. Jump on the forum, importx.co.nz, and join us next time for more hardcore Kiwi car porn right here
on ImportX.